Spiritual spouse, the hidden reason behind many broken relationships. There are tears that fall silently at night, tears no one sees, no one asks about, and no one understands. There are people who genuinely desire love, marriage, peace, and stability, yet their relationships keep collapsing like houses built on sand. They love sincerely, give their best, pray faithfully, yet the same pattern repeats: misunderstanding, distance, betrayal, sudden hatred, unexplained separation. Many have asked quietly, why does this keep happening to me? Others have blamed themselves endlessly. Some have concluded that love is not meant for them, and many have accepted pain as their permanent companion. But behind some of these repeated failures, not all, but many, there is a spiritual dimension that is often ignored, misunderstood, or mocked. Spiritual bondage that affects emotional and relational capacity, sometimes described in Christian theology as spiritual spouse influence. This message is not made to create fear. It is written to bring light, because what is exposed can be healed, and what is healed can be restored. Understanding the concept without fear. Before we go deeper, we must establish something important. Not every broken relationship is caused by spiritual forces. Some relationships fail because of immaturity, lack of communication, selfishness, unresolved trauma, poor character, or wrong choices. However, there are cases where the problem goes beyond psychology and personality. Cases where love turns to hatred overnight without explanation. Intimacy feels blocked or forced. Marriage proposals suddenly collapse without logical reason. Spouses feel drained, irritated, or distant without knowing why. Repeated dreams, emotional attachments, or inner conflicts interfere with real relationships. The Bible clearly teaches that human life operates in both the physical and spiritual realms, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians 6:12. This means not every battle is visible, and not every problem has a physical explanation. What is a spiritual spouse in Christian teaching? In Christian understanding, the term spiritual spouse refers to a spiritual influence that seeks to counterfeit, corrupt, or compete with God's design for covenant relationships, particularly marriage. Marriage is sacred. It is God's idea, God's covenant, and God's image of Christ and the church. Because of this, the enemy often targets relationships, especially marriages and destinies tied to them. A spiritual spouse influence does not always appear dramatic. Often it works subtly through emotional confusion, inner resistance to commitment, patterns of rejection or abandonment, unexplainable dissatisfaction with good partners, strong attachments to past relationships or experiences. Its goal is simple: to prevent divine alignment and destroy godly union. Why relationships keep breaking? The painful patterns. There is a painful question many people are afraid to ask out loud. Why do people leave me even when I do everything right? Some have prayed, some have fasted, some have sought counsel, yet the cycle continues. Often the issue is not the partner, it is the pattern. A spiritual pattern is revealed when the same type of person keeps appearing and leaving. The same conflict keeps repeating in different relationships. The ending always feels spiritually heavy and emotionally draining. Progress suddenly stops when commitment is required. The enemy does not always stop relationships at the beginning. Sometimes he allows them to grow just enough to cause maximum pain when they break. The emotional damage it causes. Broken relationships don't just affect the heart, they affect identity. People begin to doubt their worth, fear love, sabotage healthy relationships, accept toxic treatment, build emotional walls. Some stop believing in marriage altogether. Others remain in relationships but are emotionally absent. And slowly, hope dies, not loudly but quietly. When the problem is not love but bondage. You can love genuinely and still struggle to connect deeply. You can desire marriage and still feel blocked. You can be faithful and still experience repeated disappointment. Bondage does not mean you are evil. It means there is a battle for your freedom. The enemy often attacks people with strong destinies, people called to build godly families, people whose marriages would impact generations. That is why healing must be spiritual, emotional, and mental. The role of the past. Many spiritual doors are not opened intentionally. Some are opened through trauma, abuse, ungodly covenants, past relationships, cultural rituals, generational patterns. The past does not stay in the past unless it is healed. Unhealed wounds create spiritual access points, and what is not confronted will continue to confront you. Christ, the ultimate deliverer and restorer. The solution is not fear. The solution is not obsession. The solution is Jesus Christ. If the Son sets you free, you shall be free indeed. John 8:36. Freedom is not found in panic, it is found in truth. Healing is not found in denial, it is found in surrender. Christ restores identity. Christ heals wounds. Christ breaks unhealthy attachments. Christ reorders desires. No spiritual influence is greater than the authority of Christ. Steps toward healing and restoration. 1. Self-examination. Ask honestly, is there a pattern I cannot explain naturally? 2. Emotional healing. Many spiritual issues are strengthened by emotional wounds. 3. Renewing the mind. Wrong beliefs about love, marriage, and self must be corrected.
4. Prayer and spiritual covering.
Healing thrives in accountability and guidance. 5. Patience with the process. Freedom is sometimes instant, sometimes progressive. A word of hope. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. What God designed for love will not be stolen permanently. What was delayed can still be restored. What was damaged can still be healed. Your story is not over. Final declaration. Every pattern of loss is broken by truth. Every cycle of disappointment is interrupted by grace. Every counterfeit attachment is replaced with divine alignment. Love will no longer hurt you. Marriage will no longer frighten you. Commitment will no longer fail you. God restores what was attacked.